Both of my children are adopted. We were on a 2-year waiting period when we got Joshua. It was 2 weeks before Christmas, and we were called and said, there's a baby. We need to go. You need to pick him up. He smiled constantly, and everybody loved him.
It was a beautiful spring, June day, and lots of people hanging out at the house and hanging out at the pool. And some of the people left to go get barbecue stuff, and other family members were getting ready to come over. And through that transition of that process, there was a time when the pool was totally empty and nobody was there. I was up in my front office, and I remember hearing Kathy say, "Have you seen Josh?" And when you hear those words about a child, your heart drops, you know, you swallow hard. But then I started moving out of my office immediately, and then I heard her scream. And I don't know why, but I just started bolting to go downstairs to get to that backyard, and she was almost running me over. And my brother-in-law was right there too. And so all three of us got out there, and she had seen him in the backyard floating in the pool. I walked up to the pediatric ICU, and Kathy was laying in bed next to Joshua with all the tubes and everything. And the doctor walked out and met me at the door, and I said, "How's he doing, doctor?" And he said, "There's no hope."
It was a hard decision to take him off all the life support because I didn't want to let him go.
We kept searching, how do we get something good to come from this, even at that moment, trying to just grasp for something good to happen out of what you get. It's like getting hit upside the head with a 2x4 is what it's like. And you kind of knew that if you're going to sit around the dining room table and talk about water safety, it's not very practical. It's probably going to go right over their head. So I also knew that children love characters. They love purple dinosaurs. They love all sorts of different characters. So we started looking around and said, what character would be appropriate that would engage a child that we could introduce this message to? And when we saw online otters holding hands and floating, and you go to the children's zoos, and all the children's face, they're just up against the glass and giggling and laughing and watching the otters play, it made perfect sense. Once we decided to create the book, what was amazing is if you look at the pictures in there and even the cover, Josh the otter has Joshua's eyes. We hear so many people say the story's fabulous, but the pictures are fabulous as well. And that was the whole point, is how do we engage children, not scare them, but get them to start automatically thinking the way that they do. And if they go into a swim school and they're not scared, they go in and say, hey, I want to be like Josh the otter. And they're excited to go in and learn. And that's what we need to be driving home with kids. And it's just a question of how many kids we can reach with it. How do we start the conversation? Drowning prevention is such it's such a vast, diverse problem. And there's so many different aspects of it that we as society need to do to make a difference. Whether it's learn to swim or fencing or alarms, all the different things that we need to do, but we need to start the conversation.
I just know that being a mother that lost a child from a drowning, that there's a lot of stigmatism that comes with having lost a child from an accident. Drowning is 100% preventable. And if we can create the education and the awareness out there, we will continue to save lives in many countries, many states, and local communities throughout the world. That's our goal, is to stop drowning from happening to another family.